Okay, so we're here at Call of the World Festival, and I've just bumped into...
We have it. What are the chances,
Massive Wagon. God, I couldn't believe it when I saw you, man. That was awesome. What brings you here, Call the Wild?
Well, I know all the organisers and stuff. It's a great festival, and Terry, my other half, who manages us, has got a few bands on today, Rivers and Hot Down, and a few others. So we come down and show our faces, really, yeah. You know, show a bit of support. It's a nice chilled out place, isn't it, you know.
So I just grabbed you because I know I was very excited a couple of weeks ago to find out you've got a new album in the pipeline and a new tour, which I want to talk about in a moment. But you've just been playing 2 shows in Scotland. How did that go?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. We did the same thing before the last album. We played 2 of the same venues in Dunfermline and in Aberdeen. Play some new stuff, you know. It's a good chance to play new songs and get in the set, really, and play places like that don't often get bands, you know, especially Aberdeen. It's a bit of a trail for people, so it's always good to go and show your face, you know. There we played with Kit Trick, who's one of Terry's bands. He supplied us. It was banging nights.
New material go down good?
Seemed to, yeah. Nobody threw anything or booed us off, right?
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah, for a Scottish crowd, that's well good praise, isn't it?
God, you said that.
Talking of which, do you find Scottish audience are different to English, or do you think we're pretty much the same?
Scottish gigs are always guaranteed, to be honest, banging gigs. Yeah, always. We've always had great shows in Scotland. Even when we first started and we were playing like biker rallies and stuff, and like doing cover nights, Scottish gigs were always great. I don't know why that is, but good live show. The Scots like definitely. Yeah, it's good.
And what about Europe? You've just been in Europe, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, we've got Europe quite a lot over the last few years. COVID really knackered that for everybody, really. We had a headline European tour booked for just when COVID kicked off, so that got scrapped. And then it's been so slow getting back to you, especially onto festivals, because all the festivals are using like the previous year's lineups, you see, so you couldn't really get into any festivals. This year we've managed to get a few big festivals, Wacken, Stick Festival, Alcatraz.
Yeah, I was just going to say, next on the bill, we've got Wacken, Made of Stone Festival. Looking forward to those.
Yeah, great. I mean, Made of Stone's one of the only shows we're playing in this country this year, apart from the tour at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, Made of Stone, I think that and anything else. I think Made of Stone might be the only one. I'm going to get shot for saying that. Yeah,
there's probably more. I'll find out and I'll tag it into the interview, mate. Don't worry.
Probably should remember what we're doing, to be honest.
And then the new album tour, like I said, really excited to see about that. Do you know how many dates you've got? 'Cause I can't remember.
I think there's 9 or 10. There's 9 or 10. It's 9 UK. It might be 9 in the UK and then 2 in Ireland. But we wanted to make sure we go over to Ireland, Dublin and Belfast, because quite often bands don't put that on the tour itself. The week I was back for, really, because a lot of people can miss Ireland off. But we have quite a good thing going over there, so that, really.
So I think I've got tickets for you. It would normally be Rock City. You're doing Rock City, Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say that'll be the usual place that I can see you at. So
well, it's quite a step up for us, these venues. The last one we did was Rescue Rooms.
Yeah, because me and my brother came to see you there. Because I was also surprised that you were Rescue Rooms. Fans like you should be in Rock City.
To be honest, it's kind of nice this time we've stepped up all the venues at once. We did look into maybe stepping up, because when you sell out the Rescue Rooms, they do sometimes put you in the bigger room.
Yeah.
But there was another band on that night, and they were selling it out, so it's just one of those things.
Talking about the tour, are you keeping the blow-up boat?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, to be honest, that Who I Bought belonged to our drummer Alex's kids, and it got wrecked after one show. And then we brought it home, and my dad, God love the guy, put that 50 flipping bike to repair things on it. It lasted another gig, and then it's dead. So we need to invest in a few. People's fingernails. Just pop it. Yeah. Only lasted one gig, and it went down. Yeah.
So this is a tour on the back of the new album. So excited about it. Tell me about the new album, mate. What can we expect?
Well, it's recorded now. We recorded 13 tracks. There's going to be 11 tracks on the album, and then or 12 tracks on the album, and then looking at maybe something released later down the line. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think we went with a new, recorded it in a new place with a new producer, a guy called Matt O'Grady, who recorded a lot more modern stuff. Really, we wanted a new, different production. Yumi at 6. He's done all their albums, I think, and a bit of Architects and stuff like that. Don Brokaw, he's recorded their albums, and so we thought it was a bit of a different angle, really. It's come out really well, yeah. It's a few more heavier tracks on. We always try and sort of say we're going to streamline the album this time and make it a bit more kind of the same, but it just ends up being a right old mixed bag of nuts every time. So that's kind of what it's happening again.
Have you got a favourite track off the album?
Favourite track? There's a couple of favourites, really. There's a track on there called The Good Die Young, which I'm a massive fan of, which we've got a guest vocalist on. A song called Night Skies, which is a big favourite of mine. I think they might go some singles.
Yeah. Talk about collaboration with a singer, Generation Prime. We had Benji Webb there. How did that come about?
Yeah. Well, he's just the ultimate man for me. He's the ideal man for the job. It was just kind of obvious. We asked a few of the people to collaborate on other songs, and they all turned it down. And we looked at that track, and I was just like, "That's what they're doing." Such a great guy, and I think he nailed it. He asked me what we wanted him to do. I just said, do whatever you like, really. And he recorded it and sent us what he'd done, and we used just about everything he did because it was so good, And he was good enough to be in the video, so yeah, legend, yeah. It's just wanted him to ask him, really. Yeah. Just said, no worries.
Cool, lovely. Yeah, and you've just completed the first video for the first song off of the album, I believe. When we're going to be seeing that? When's that going to be out?
No idea. Well, the guy who's filmed it's here. He's filmed stuff for the Hot Dam today. So when he gets around to editing it, and but it's all ready to go. I think the singles, I don't know, next couple of weeks. No, yeah.
All right, next couple of weeks.
I think so. Yeah. Sooner the better, really.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Maybe,
Going back, talking about tours, I've noticed you're headlining the Dave Myers tribute in June. Looking forward to that. In a sort of, obviously not a good way, but a sad way as well.
It's great to be, really nice to be asked, It's a massive thing, and this thing's sort of grown. It's like snowballed into this massive event, and I think Si's going to be there, his mate there, the hairy biker guy, he's going to be there. Yeah. I think he's leading a ride from the Ace Cafe in London all the way up to Barrow. There's going to be, they're expecting like 40,000 bikers or something. They did one a month ago from London to Scarborough, and it had nearly 20,000 bikers on that one.
Wow.
So this is like an official one, so God only knows what it's going to be like. Yeah, good. Yeah, really good.
So we're here at Four in the Wild. Today you're just here looking around. But last year you headlined Friday night.
Yeah.
Fantastic night. I was there. What's your memories of last year?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. It's a really great festival. So we played festivals for Raz for years since we started as a band up in Carlisle and Rockhampton. And for him to ask us to come and do this headline, it's like it's just kind of proof to me that it works for bands. You start at the bottom and you work your way up lineups and stuff, and then if you're good and people have faith in what you do, you get on in the business. Eventually, you're sort of headlining stuff. So it was amazing. It was an amazing night. Yeah, I remember it being brilliant. We had a great year that year. We did that. Call of the Wild. I think we did Rocking the Ball. I think we did Stone Dead. That might have been the year we stood in for Heat. Can't remember. But it was a really great run of festivals. It was good fun.
Because me and my wife, who's operating the camera, we volunteer at Stone Dead Festival, so we saw you there, and that was great. In fact, that is where I got hooked on Massive Wagons.
All right.
The very first Stone Dead or Stone Deaf as it was there.
All right,
I was just walking across the field and you were on, not heard of you, and I just caught it and it's like, oh my God, what's this band?
Yeah.
So I had to come, and then you did, later that year, you did the Yardbirds Club in Grimsby.
We did, yeah.
See you there, that was great. That's when you were just starting off, a lot of change since then.
Yeah, it has been. They've sort of renovated that place, haven't they? They've made it quite
that's
bigger.
Really nice, you need to get out there.
That is good. I keep getting told that.
Yeah, you do. There you go. I want you to play there
You're
again.
not the only one who said that.
See you dancing around on stage, or jumping around on stage, mate. Your stage
That was a good night,
presence
that. I remember.
is awesome.
No.
Yeah.
I remember it being a good night. I enjoyed it.
You wear me out on stage, aren't you? So you come off stage just like,
Well, it's only an hour, ain't it? You can't jump around for an hour, there's something wrong, isn't there?
Definitely, definitely. So we're here at Lincolnshire Showground. I'm local, I only live 5 miles away.
right.
Have you been able to check out the city of Lincoln?
Yeah, well, to be honest, we're staying in an Airbnb, which is, well, if you know Lincoln, then you'll know where it is. Where you go on to the cobbles, where you go around to the, it's just up about 100 yards on left hand side. It is, right before that pub, Summit and Swan and Snake or something like that. So we're staying just there. So yeah, we've been out and about. There's a car festival on today.
Lion and Snake. Is it Lion and Snake?
Lion and Snake.
Yeah, that's Lion and Snake.
Like Belgate is the area, right there.
Oh, it's lovely, yeah. It was, I've been looking at the car festival this morning at the castle.
All right, yeah, it's there.
Cars and that. Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. Yeah, that hill's taking it out. Yeah. It's lovely. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
So I've just got a couple of more questions for you, Baz. I noticed, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but I know it's you and the guys have got a podcast there. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, we just kind of make it up as we go along, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, it's just something extra to do, isn't it? It's good fun. You know, the platform's there, and it's just a fun thing, really. We just sort of make it up at the last second. What we're going to talk about today, I don't know. Think of something and then on the door, really. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, people seem to enjoy it. Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I've not had a listen yet, but I do want to have a.
Oh, there you go.
Listen. Is that going to be a continuation thing, or have you got a few?
I think we've done about 40 episodes. I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's been going a while. When we're away, we sort of leave it for a few weeks, and we sort of then just come back into it and do 2 or 3, and then have to drop off again. But we just do it whenever we can. It's a bit to like it.
Yeah. And where can they listen to it? Everywhere they get podcasts on that?
Yeah, everywhere. I think. Well, to be honest, Adam's in charge of all that because I'm useless. But it's definitely on YouTube.
Definitely on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on all. I don't know, loads of podcast platforms. Tips.
Another question I want to ask, because I was really shocked a couple of months ago. I think it was either you or one of the guys put on Facebook a bit of a story of Massive Wagons that you nearly broke up a couple of years ago because things weren't going well. What's the story about that?
Well, that was just that was when before E-Rate came along. That. I mean, we'd all started having kids. We were signed to Off Your Rocker, which was used to put hard rock hell stuff on. It was like an affiliated record label, and that's where I met Terry because she was sort of head of the label there.
All right.
And that contract ran out, and we didn't really want to sign with them again, and there wasn't really anything else happening, and we were all having kids and buying houses and getting relationships and stuff. So it was not taking a lot out of us. So. Unless anything came along, we were just going to sort of knock it on the head. But we put the Back to the Stack thing out, and then Digby from Earache heard it on Planet Rock or something, Prime Audio or something, and then messaged us and said, "You want to sign a record label?" The deal. So we were like, "Well, nothing to lose really. I'll see what happens." Yeah, and here we are. Yeah.
And at many gigs, I've seen you wearing a T-shirt saying "Let's eat pies and talk about men's mental health." Is that something close to your heart?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something that should be close to a lot of people's heart, really. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just I just feel that we have a platform, so might as well use it to do something good with it. You know, I don't mind dressing up like an idiot. So, that is what it is. You know, it's just shouting out for a small. That's a northeastern charity called Men's Pie Club,
right?
And it's in Newcastle way up there somewhere, and they just have it's like a blokes thing. They just call them they make pies because obviously blokes like pies.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
and just talk crap. Get things off the chest, that kind of thing. Much the same as like Andy's Man Clubs. There's very similar thing.
That's right. Yeah.
I think these things need to be shouted about.
They do.
Not doing any harm, does it?
Definitely. And with you putting the message out there, it's going to get bigger as it should be. So just going back to the album because I can't remember if I asked you. You said when's the album going to be out?
Probably. I have been told this. September, I think. Right. September or October. Yeah. I think that's when it's going to be out. Yeah.
That's right. Because the tour's about that time.
About the same time. I think it comes out just before the tour. moment, to be honest.
Yeah. So September, October, we can expect that.
You have 3 or 4 singles, I think, before that.
Yeah, 3 or 4 singles before that. First one out in a little while.
Couple of weeks, I hope.
Couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Lovely. Looking forward to that. Baz, very nice to talk to you, mate.
Likewise.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thank you
your
for taking the time out, enjoying Call of the Wild Festival.
Thank you very much.
And I will see you on your tour.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.